purpose will be center pass, communication, teamwork, and intercepting. All right. So yeah, we're using it. So the equipment we need, obviously, netball courts. We'll need balls as much as we can. Whistle, obviously, we'll need a ladder, and then we'll also need cones. Okay, so we'll start with warm up.
Okay, so the first warm-up we're going to do is everybody's going to line up. We get two groups. So I work with many children in one group, so we're talking 20 kids. So two groups of maybe 10 each, then or three groups even if you like. And they're going to line up on a line. The leader is going to start to jog on the line. If you get to an intersection of the line, you change direction. And you're jogging on the line. You can use the tennis line as well. It doesn't have to be just the netball court. When the whistle goes, then the person at the back must sprint to the front, and then the jogging carries on. And so they just keep going wherever they want to go. And the three lines must not intercept. So they can't come to the same point and, oh no, we're both running towards each other on this line because there's nowhere to go. So you must be aware, we better turn here because they're coming here. So we must go on this line. So you've got to be aware of who's out there and who's doing what.
And then we'll move to our ladder. So it'll be in and out. So we will in and out. Okay. So then we'll run to a cone and turn. So like that.
And then turning towards the ball, getting that right footwork positioning that you're stepping in that side. Okay.
And then we'll also have 3 different stations because we have a lot of kids and want them all to be working. So the first station is...
Okay, so we're going to work on center passes. So we want to first do ball warm up, and we want the children to be throwing and catching, just getting into that, because the center pass you have to get that, you have to be able to catch the ball. If it comes, you're going to drive out to it. So we'll have 3 groups of pupils, and within that space, 2 lines coming, and I know you just said you don't want them standing in a line, but we've planned that, so that's what it is. You've got your row with, if we just do it like that. So we've got 3 groups, 1, 2, 3. So you can come this side just so that we, this exercise is done. Okay. So we're in 3 groups. We're going to obviously then just pass the ball, stepping into it, and then I'm going to follow through. Run to the back of that line. While she's passed the ball on, that gets passed back that way, and she runs, the person who passes follows through, runs. So there's continuous movement, and it's also short, small number, because we've got 3 groups, so we've got about 7 in each group, and you're constantly moving, catch ball, step into it, so that we're getting our hands and eye coordination, warming up, being on track with that. Okay? Then the same thing going into our game. Are you ready? Are you
for the second one? So we need a third person.
Okay, so just to explain then, we're doing our center passes. So again, we're using our 3 cones. So my center passer, in my mind I had you there.
I can go where you want.
She's done it the other way around. But then our backs would be to them. So let's just do it this way. There's the green cone in front of him. Okay, so the center is standing at the cone. We've created 3 centers. And then we stand 2 together, shoulder to shoulder. And we drive out. The center then knows who, or decides who's going to catch the ball. So the other thing that we would do, not on your laces, I would ask the children to stand with their feet right next to each other. We don't want them to step and go. We don't want them to have this step, go back and then go. You have to get your feet, what position you want your foot to go. If I'm driving out that way, usually there'd be a defender here as well. So we're first just doing it without defenders, and we're going to drive forward. You want to go forward, and then you choose which way is the ball going. And these 2 would run we are back in the front. We switch out, somebody else takes that throw.
And then we can also decide if we want like this. So she's in front, I'm at the back, and then we switch directions. Then, yeah. So
And then we run back and go back to the back of the line, and then we continue moving. So you work on your center passes using your player there with your two that are together here. You can also work where you slightly apart, and then the center pass is still going to go. Who's it going to go to? How am I driving forward? Where am I catching this ball? Then you add a defender with the person. So this is all in the planning, the game work, and then afterwards you can play your little mini game and see what they come up with. To also ask them when they're together, or one is behind and one is in front, what do you think? Ask the children, where do you think you should go? Get them to think, okay, what if I go here? Then when you add a defender, you can say, will it work? If I go there, where's my defender going? Where's the defender when I start? So just to get them to think about what will it look like. But that's the activity. Yeah. And then just, we didn't speak of the warm-up. I like to just get the children to write their name, so they're balancing and they just turning the ankle a little bit to warm that up. And then we can talk about what are we going to do today. All right, today we're going to just keep writing your name. What are we doing and what we're going to do? So we're balancing and hearing. Today we're going to have a session and they're busy and they're listening and they must be focused and not all over that they can't balance properly. Okay.
I would also use the same scenario. Okay, starting with the same scenario where one's here, one's here. I would like this one done one back, one front. Because when it's one back, one front, the defenders will know, okay, if this one's going this way, I must close this one. Who's the dominant? Because we teach them that to look at who's the dominating player on the time. But when there are two, you're causing a split mind on both of them. I like that. And then number two, I actually love this exercise to also do your second center pass. Are you with me? The second center pass. They both split up, right? Whoever gets the ball, this one now offers to go up. Now the ball is gone, boom, we are on top second. Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Remember again, ladies and gents, to always ask questions. Always ask as to whether they are comfortable or not, right? Especially with the shooters. This is normally what you find is a problem. Miscommunication between wing attack center and a goal shooter goal attack. Right. When a wing attack plays the ball to center, they must play the ball into space, right? To create progression on the court, right? But when the wing attack or the mid-court plays the ball to the shooter, don't play where you see the space as a wing attack or a center. Play where the shooter wants the ball. Because it is the shooter that must shoot that ball. So you can't, as a mid-court, decide you can see the space there, then you throw that ball into space, and you expect your shooter to go. She will or he will go for that ball, but he won't shoot. He won't shoot because that's not where he wants it for him to be able to take that shot. So when it comes to the top of the circle, the shooter becomes the dictator. I want it here. Put it there. If he says he wants it there and you try to put it there, don't blame him if he doesn't shoot. Because that's not. But yes, in the mid-court, yes, you're running space. You're finding space. If it's coming to you direct, give. If it's running wild, give into that space. That's very, very important. It's that type of communication that we need. Communication takes half of the situation. Half of the game troubles are solved by just mere communication. And remember, communication does not always have to be verbal. Like I said the other day, the space is where your tummy is facing. If I'm looking at this way, there's my space. You can't pass me this way because I won't get it. But if you pass it this way, I've got it, right? And number two, your pass, whether running or jogging or walking, it's always arm's length. If you put the ball at arm's length, whether he's walking, whether he's running, whether he's sprinting, arm's length is going to get to the ball. It's going to get to it. Sometimes I always define a chest pass as don't aim the chest because there's gravity as the ball travels. Gravity pulls the ball down. So if you aim the chest pass, the ball will land here. Aim the face. If you aim the face, the ball comes straight here. It's going to catch it and then play it. Questions? Or any other input?
Thank you very much.